Today, I'm going to talk about how to stop being busy and be productive. It matters to God that you're productive as a Christian and you are fruitful. My first important guidance is to depend on God. Depend on God. You see, when you depend on the wisdom of God, God will give you wisdom to know exactly how to apply your time towards the bottom line. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 says, even iron axe head is blunt, and a workman does not sharpen its edge. He must exert a great deal of effort. Without wisdom, you will not know how to apply your time, and you'll just keep doing a lot of things that don't affect the bottom line. A man who is wise is a man who knows exactly where he's going and exactly what he needs to do to get there. And you need God to help you do that. See, God is the all-wise God, and God is able to help you by his grace to accomplish even much more than you would ever be able to accomplish by yourself. The Bible says, except the Lord builds the house, they that labor will labor in vain. There's something called vain effort, vain labor, and you will always find yourself in this place without the help from God. So my first important guidance is to depend on God totally for whatever you need to do in your life. God is the all-wise God, and you need the wisdom from God. And my second important guidance is to apply your time to the bottom line. Invest your time wisely towards the bottom line. Your schedule should not just be full of activities that don't affect the bottom line. You must invest your time in those activities that will help you get to where you're going. It's not just enough to be doing things, and you should be critical in how you use your time. And that's why having a plan and a to-do list is wise. And this is how I see using a to-do list. When you have a goal to accomplish, you create your to-do list to get you to the end goal. Having a to-do list will help you be critical in the things that you're doing, and will help you challenge asking yourself why you're doing what you're doing. A wise man is a man or woman who critically uses their time towards the bottom line.
I define the bottom line as specific things you want to see accomplished in your life. It could be to get higher in your career, advance in your career. It could be to come out of debt. It could be to lose weight. But the bottom line must be specific targets that you're aiming at towards things you want to accomplish. And as you use your to-do list towards the things that are on the bottom line.
Again, you must define where you're going and create daily to-do lists that will affect the bottom line to get you to where you're trying to go. The book of Proverbs chapter 6 verse 6 says, go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer and gathers her food in harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. You see, this verse talks about the ant and talks about the wisdom of the ant.
And what is the wisdom of the ant? The ant is purposeful about what it is doing. The ant invests its time in the summer because the ant expects to get the harvest in winter. A wise man is purposeful about what he is doing all the time. And the Bible tells you to observe the ant. Never do anything without thinking about not just what you're doing, but why you are doing it. The ant is wise because the ant is purposeful about what it is doing and what it expects to receive.
And my third important guidance is to pick your friends wisely. The Bible is filled with so many Bible verses that cautions you on the companion you keep. You see, the friends you hang around really will affect who you become. The Bible tells you not to be deceived. Evil communication will corrupt good manners. People you hang around will affect you. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. We see in this verse that having the right people around you will affect you. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26 says, the righteous choose their friends carefully, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. And Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20 says, walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble.
You see, if you have friends who are going nowhere and accomplishing nothing, you will not be challenged to even go higher. But if you have friends who are accomplishing great things and living productive lives, it will challenge you to want to do better. Associations matter.
Watch your circle of influence. The people around you will influence you. So if you want to get better and get sharper, find people who are effective with their time and associate with such people. The Bible says, iron sharpens iron. One of the things that association does, the right friendships will affect you positively or negatively. So if you're challenged with your time, challenged with being productive and fruitful with your time, I want to challenge you to remove the wrong associations that will not help you to be wise. And my fourth important guidance is to watch where you go. You see, if you're busy, if your life is cluttered with so many activities, watch where you invest your time and where you go.
And again, I want to challenge you with being critical about how you use your time. The places you go, ask yourself, does this add to the bottom line of my life? If you say yes to every invitation, to every event, to every party, to every occasion, you can go everywhere and be fruitful. A wise man is not all over the place. A wise man goes to where he needs to go and understands where he's going.
A wise man knows where he's going and is prudent in how he uses his time, where he goes with his time. You see, you only have 24 hours in a day, and a wise man is very clear about where he's going and orders his footsteps towards where he's trying to go. In 24 hours, in 7 days a week, and 365 days in a year, if you're going to end the year productively and fruitfully, you have to be very clear about where you're going and where you spend your time. You don't have to accept every invitation. You don't have to be everywhere. You should always be where will affect your bottom line. A wise man is always clear about where he's going and orders his footsteps towards that direction. Psalm 90 verse 12 says, so teach us to number our days that we may get the heart of wisdom. Psalm 90 verse 12 says, so teach us to number our days that we may get the heart of wisdom. And finally, you must know that it matters to God that your life is fruitful. The Bible tells us in John chapter 15 that God is a God who comes to inspect, to make sure that your life is fruitful. It matters to God that your life is producing fruit, and being busy is not going to get you there. But being productive and smart with your time is what you need to do. Help that I shared today will help you identify busyness that does not lead to the bottom line. Wise man or woman uses their time fruitfully towards the bottom line. Wise man always knows what to do with his or her time, get to the end of his or her goals. I want to say thank you for joining me for another awesome episode of my program. Join me next week for another awesome episode of Beyond Any Limit. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel.